Hello, everybody. It's Tuesday. That means only one thing. It's time for True Crime Tuesday right here on Darkness Radio. I'm your host, Tim Dennis, and we're going to do things a little different today. It's your Christmas week. So that means, of course, we don't have serial killers. Santa Claus isn't a serial killer. Christ wasn't a serial killer. So we're not going to go that direction. We're going to keep it light today. And I'm going to bring in my co-hostess today. Of course, she's lovely, she's witty, she's affable. She's got 17 books that were released at the same time by her publisher. We've somehow got to get that publisher to, I don't know, maybe exercise less, maybe be slothly. Is that a word? Maybe get them to eat more junk food. I don't know. Eat a candy bar every once in a while. Yeah, that's an idea. Anyways, we'll talk less about her publisher, more about her. She's in the Christmas spirit. But it seems like she is 365 days a year. That's right. She's giving. She's one of the best people I know, ladies and gentlemen. But along with that, she does have that killer instinct. Oh, yes. She's the eater of worlds, slayer of charts. In fact, the Hindustan Times once said, enough already. We surrender. Ladies and gentlemen, here she is, Jessica Freeburg. Hi, Jess.
Hey, I love that introduction. Thank you.
You're welcome. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
As we launch into Christmas week here, one of my favorite weeks of the year, that's for sure. It's just one of those weeks that you know we should have this spirit, all year round, right? Just
Yes, absolutely.
yeah, just kinder to all humans and looking out for all humans. But I'll get off my soapbox now. But one of my favorite weeks of the year, and even though I'm going sacrilege with the Santa hat, if you're watching on video, little red and black instead of my NWO phase. But I tend to enjoy this week because people do get a little kinder, a little nicer. People drop a little money in the red kettles. They donate to charities. They send toys for tots. They look out
Yes.
for others, and that's why I like this time of year. I really do. They tend to look out a little bit more for their neighbors.
Yeah, it's special. It's like the spirit of giving.
Yeah, yeah, and it's and you could say maybe it starts at Thanksgiving. At Thanksgiving, maybe we're looking out a little bit more for the homeless, and it's that fall into winter when we start to turn the corner, when we start to really look out. And I don't know why we can't maintain that all year round, but I don't know. Some people do. Don't get me wrong. There are some people who are charitable, all year round and look out for others all year round. But it just disappoints me that there's not this huge wave all year round.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we're in that spirit, and I love being in that spirit and thinking of others. And again, I say this at the end of every show on Thursday, and I'll remind you here today, just this week, if you have a elderly or disabled member of your family or community that you're aware of, bring them along for your celebration. Or simply do this. If you know that they're going to be by themselves for a little bit or a little bit more this week, maybe drop in and bring some Christmas cookies and sit down for some tea. Spend a little time. That's all somebody needs on Christmas is a little bit of your time. It doesn't take a huge gift, right?
Absolutely. You think of like the people who don't have family in the area. And one of my favorite traditions that we have is inviting our neighbors who aren't from here and having them over for holidays. And Christmas is always my favorite when we have like immediate family, but then also all of these people who've been coming to our Christmas for years that now also feel like family. And it's just such a beautiful thing.
I know on Christmas Eve is generally with my family, right?
Yeah.
And then Christmas Day, because it used to be, at least in my family, it used to be Christmas Eve was over on my dad's side. Christmas Day we used to do a week earlier at my mom's family's side, but a lot of the family falls apart through divorce or people get
Yeah.
splintered, and a lot of that's happened with my family, especially as we've gotten older. Family splinter and things happen.
Yeah.
So now on Christmas Day, I invite friends over.
I love that.
Yeah, so I have a almost like a friendsgiving type of
Yes.
yeah.
It's
So
really so special. I kind of say, like, I have a huge family because, like you, I have the divorced and my parents are remarried and they each like started the second phase of familyhood, and I have all these siblings from both of their families. But then I have all of these people who are the family that I chose, like you included, like you're my brother. And
exactly. Yeah.
I feel so lucky that our souls got to be together in this life.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I like the idea that there's the family you were born into, the family you choose, right?
Hmm.
So
Yep.
yeah. So absolutely.
Beautiful.
Yeah. So I have that family that I'll be with on both days, and of course we have this family here that's chosen us on this
Yes.
podcast, and of course this is why we're putting out all new shows this week because again I came up in the radio industry. I've been in this radio industry, radio podcast industry since the age of 18. So
Mhm.
there are holidays, Jess, where I've been on the road where I haven't had my family. And
Right.
my family literally has been my listeners. My listeners would come by the station and they would bring meals.
Aw.
So I'm used to having family that has come by and looked after me. And I realized that they realize that there's this dedication to them and they've paid it back in kind by saying, "Hey, we know you're hundreds of miles away from family, and you're entertaining us here in this small town." So,
Yeah.
um, so I realize that there's people out there maybe this week that maybe they've suffered that same situation where they've had a splintered family, where maybe things aren't the same. Years have gone by, and maybe they've lost family members, and maybe it's just them sitting at home and they know that they have this family right here that they're going to get a great week of shows. So
Oh, that's
Merry
right.
Christmas to them.
We do love you guys so much.
That's right. That's right. So with that, we launch into these series of shows with Christmas crimes and dumb crimes, stupid criminals. We're going to give you a little something to laugh about today as well. And yes, just because it's Christmas doesn't mean that people didn't get on the naughty list this week, Jess. There's plenty of lewd, nude, and crude in the dumb crimes, stupid criminals. So yes, Santa's got plenty of coal to deliver this week.
I
We'll,
will brace myself.
we'll brace yourself, Jess. Yes, it gets bad at the end of today's show, just so you know. All right. We'll start it off with 11 chilling Christmas murders you probably haven't heard about.
Oh.
Yeah, that's how we're starting off today's show. There's two mysteries, some estranged lovers, and revenge that all play a part in these Christmas time murders.
Mm.
We'll start it off with the Sauter family murders. It's a West Virginia murder that may have not been a murder at all. 5 of the Sauter family children were given permission to stay up late on Christmas Eve in 1945 while their parents and younger siblings went to sleep. When a fire broke out overnight, it was assumed that the children had perished in the blaze, but their remains were not in the debris. One witness claimed to see children in a vehicle with adults not long after the fire started. A waitress in South Carolina claims she served the children breakfast on Christmas morning. Save for a mystery letter sent to the Sauters in 1968, the 5 children were never heard from or seen again.
Wow.
Yeah. Christmas spookiness, that's for sure. Our next one is the Covina Massacre. A man dressed as Santa opened fire at a Los Angeles area home on Christmas Eve in 2008 before setting the house ablaze and killing himself at his brother's home. Bruce Pardo, who was reportedly upset about his recent divorce, opened fire at the home of his ex-wife's parents during a family Christmas party. When the dust settled, 9 people were dead and 3 more, including an 8-year-old girl, were injured. There was evidence Pardo had planned to flee after the killings, but police believe he turned the gun on himself, in part due to severe third-degree burns he sustained while setting the home on fire. Our next one, Dayton, Ohio, and those Christmas killings. 4 people in a holiday rampage killed 6 people in a 3-day killing spree in 1992. The small gang, ranging in age from 16 to 20, was known as the Downtown Posse and was frequently seen panhandling around Dayton. Their first victim was tied up and shot with his own gun early on Christmas Eve. Their final victims were two friends of the gang who were murdered to keep them from talking to police. They were killed on December 26th. Three of the killers were serving life or are serving life sentences currently. A fourth was executed back in 2009. I'll show you a picture of 34-year-old Samina Imam. This is her right here. That is Samina Imam right there.
Okay.
Watching on video. Some of
She's
you
a
are,
pretty girl.
yeah, some of you are listening on audio. By the way, if you want to watch this on video, you can do so by going either to our YouTube channel, The Original Darkness Radio, or you can go to darknessradioshow.com, and the video lives right there with the audio. Same place. 34-year-old Samina Imam thought she was taking a quick Christmas Eve trip with her Costco co-worker and lover, Roger Cooper, in 2014. They had been seen together for 2 years, and Imam had issued an ultimatum. It was time for him to get serious about her and leave his wife.
Ooh,
well,
twist.
yeah, a little tryst there. Instead, Cooper and his brother, David Cooper, completed a plan they hatched weeks prior while communicating with each other in a Star Wars-esque code. Oh, God, it's geeks that can't get their life together. Are you ready for
Oh, no. Conspiring for evil with,
Yeah,
oh my, I can't.
they're on the dark side of the Force here, Jess. They're the Sith. There's always two, remember, from the movie?
Yep.
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 Roger Cooper and Imam stopped by David Cooper's house, where it is believed the brothers attacked Imam and dosed her with chloroform and heavy metals before disposing of her body. Her family reported her missing when she didn't return for Boxing Day. The brothers were in jail by January 7th of 2015 and were sentenced to 30 years in prison later that year. Trisha McCauley is our next case. The actress known for her role as Jenna Dewan's stand-in for the film Step Up was killed on Christmas Day in 2016. This is one of the more famous Christmas Day murders. When she crossed paths with a homeless man in Washington, D.C. Investigators say the man, Dwayne Johnson, not The Rock, by the way, not that Dwayne
I was going
Johnson.
to say, come on, Rock.
Yeah, I know, really, right, Rocky? I mean, you leave the WWE and the first thing you do is murder a girl. No, it's not that Dwayne Johnson.
No, no, no.
No. Climbed into Macaulay's vehicle, where he beat and raped her before strangling her to death. Johnson pleaded guilty to first-degree murder and was sentenced to 30 years in prison. Jess, have I told you one of the most famous abduction and murders ever happened on Christmas? Which would you think it would be?
Not the Lindbergh baby, was it? That wasn't on Christmas.
It's much, much more recent.
Much more recent. Okay, so then I was going to go to Patty Hearst, but that's not much more recent.
Oh, it is, but it's
Okay.
it's more recent than Patty Hearst.
Really? You're going to have to just tell me. I can't think of one.
I'll show you.
Okay. Oh, how did I not guess that? Of course, John Benet Ramsey.
That's right, John Benet
Girls
Ramsey.
and I were just talking about that yesterday.
John Benet Ramsey is, I don't think most people realize, was a Christmas time kidnapping and murder.
Yeah, it was Christmas Eve that it happened, or the early morning hours of Christmas Day.
December 26th. It was December 26th.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mhm.
The 6-year-old beauty pageant star was found strangled to death in the basement of her parents'. It probably happened on the 25th, but she was found on the 26th.
Right. Okay.
Was found in the basement of her parents' Colorado home on December 26th of 96. Her mother, Patsy, had reported her missing that morning after finding a ransom note demanding $118,000, again, an unusual amount, according to investigators. After John Benet's body was found, investigators eventually zeroed in on Patsy and John Benet's father, John, and the pair were indicted for their child's murder. Prosecutors chose not to pursue the case and due to lack of evidence. Patsy died of ovarian cancer in 2009. John has since remarried. No one has ever been charged for John Benet's death. And of course, we've done quite a few programs about John Benet's death. One of the more interesting ones, I think John Anderson was the guest. He wrote a very fascinating book about who he believes actually did it and the fact that the police in this case screwed up big time. about
It
evidence.
seems like they did. Like they just focused in on the parents so much that they allowed a murderer to get away.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, things from the suitcase that was at right next to the window down in the basement that probably um, let the killer in and out of the basement.
Hmm.
The broken in window that was probably the entry point into the house from someone from the outside. Um, there are a couple of different suspects from the outside that probably did this, um, but the police completely didn't take charge of this case. So yeah, it's an interesting program. You know what? If I can grab the link to that program with John, I'll link it and
Yeah.
yeah, so you guys can go back and listen because man, it is that book is the quintessential book I think now on the John Benet Ramsey murder case and who really did it.
Yeah. That'd be very cool to be able to listen to that
Yeah,
interview again.
most definitely. I'll look up the link for that book. The Dallas Christmas killings is our next one here. A man killed his children, his estranged wife, and some of his wife's family members on Christmas Day in 2011. Aziz Yazdanpana was dressed as Santa when he arrived at his ex-wife's apartment and reportedly opened presents with his teenage children, niece, and brother and sister-in-law before shooting them all and then turning the gun on himself. Wow. One of the victims managed to call 911, but the police found all 7 people deceased when they arrived on the scene moments later.
That
Unbelievable.
is cold.
That is. That's amazingly cold. The Lawson family murders. Charlie Lawson had been complaining about headaches and insomnia for months prior to murdering his wife and 7 of their 8 children on Christmas Day of 1929 before turning the gun on himself. The bodies were discovered late on Christmas Day when relatives came by to visit. Lawson's body was found with 2 notes in his pocket. According to Rockingham Now, they said, "Trouble can cause and nobody to blame." That was it.
Wow, that is so cryptic.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What,
The,
how did he like not, how did he let one kid survive? Like
I don't
maybe
know.
they had already moved out or something.
Maybe I can't imagine he shot himself before he started to finish everybody, but
Yeah, that kid must have not been there or
or yeah,
something.
exactly. That kid wasn't there. Uh,
Yeah. Wow.
the remaining child, it says here the remaining child, 16-year-old Arthur, was not home at the time of
Okay.
the murders. Right. Charlie apparently gave his son permission to leave and then killed the family while Arthur was away.
What?
Yeah. Here's
Oh, well, obviously Arthur was the favorite.
I think this is actually Arthur in the suit right here. If you're watching
Oh,
on video,
wow.
this is a portrait of the family. It's kind of a grim portrait when you look at it. Of course, this is in the days where I think they were still taking the long exposure portraits, so
Yeah.
nobody could smile. You know, you had to stand there, and you had to. They had the exposures were sometimes up to 20 to 30 seconds,
Yeah.
so
Wow.
had to
That's
maintain your pose.
very sad.
Yeah, but yeah, no one's smiling in that photo. That's for sure. It's kind of eerie. Zazelle Preston is our next case. She was studying to become a domestic violence counselor when she herself became a victim of domestic violence. On Christmas Eve in 2011, her husband, William Wallace, beat her to death after an argument and then dragged her lifeless body to bed for the night.
What?
That is grisly.
Oh, that really is next level.
Yeah, that's next level psychosis, is what that is. On Christmas morning, he propped her on the couch before ordering Preston's young daughters to open their presents next to their mother's body.
What the heck?
That is psychotic.
It's almost like something out of a horror movie. Like it's almost like too terrible to be true.
Oh, but it is. It is.
Holy cow.
Wallace was convicted of second-degree murder and is due to be released from prison in 2036. So yes,
No, thank you.
yeah,
Why?
there's. I guess everyone needs a release date, right?
No, keep him in there. That's crazy.
Hard to believe this man has a release date, but he does.
Huh. I want to know more about that one. I've never heard of that one. The other ones I've heard of most of the other ones, but that one is wow.
Yeah, it's Zazel, Z-A with an apostrophe, Z-E-L-L Preston.
All right. Googling him.
Her. That's that's
Oh,
that's that's the lady who died.
her.
The man who went to prison is William Wallace. But yeah, he got 25 years, and
That is not enough.
he'll be out 2036. I'm
Oh,
wondering
we get to share the streets with him sooner
I'm,
than later.
I'm wondering who the hell's picking him up. That's what I want to know.
No kidding.
Who's the one who's going to show up in the caddy to pick him up? That's what I want to know.
He's gonna have to Uber.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Or if they have cars that fly at that point, who's coming by to get him? And then who's going to kick him out of the car on the way home? Because that should be his ending. Just
No kidding. That seems fitting.
kick him out of the flying car, let him fly, let him fall to the street.
Oh man, that is. I mean, the dragging her to bed part was like, whoa, that's weird. Sitting her in the living room or on the couch to that's like those kids, those poor babies.
And there was the Joker like conversation of tell mommy how much you love your gift.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. He was off his rocker.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Maybe that was part of what they found, that he was not in his right mind, and so maybe that's why he got a lesser sentence.
No, 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 no. If he was not guilty by reason of insanity, he'd be in a asylum.
Right.
Yeah,
What was that? Only 25 years.
because that's the max for murder. 25 to life.
Hmm.
I'm sorry, that's the minimum for murder, 25 to life. He would have he so he probably got 25 to life. 25 is the first opportunity for parole. So if he's on good
Okay.
behavior,
So he might not get out.
he might not. If he's not a
There's hope.
yeah, if he's
That
not
perked
if he's
that
not
perked Phoebe right up.
yeah, if he was like he's getting out.
He's like, "What?
What? It's okay, you're safe, Phoebe.
You're safe, Phoebe."
It's not for another almost 10 years, hon. You're okay.
Oh no. She may not be here.
Well, no, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying it's 10 years away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, she'll be geriatric. She won't know what's going on by that point.
She'll be deep into her CBD by then.
She'll be that blind dog that can't hear that I just carry around in a pouch.
In a little purse, a little handbag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That was a creepy story, though. Yikes.
Very much so. Well, let's see if we can top that one. Stephanie Kill Hefner is our next story. Dustin Lee Klopp took his two small children to celebrate Christmas with his parents in 2014. Then he called police to confess that he'd killed his wife, Stephanie Kill Hefner, the night before and placed her body in a shed on their property. On Christmas Eve, Klopp reportedly punched Kill Hefner, slit her throat, and then stuck her several times with an axe.
That's a little overkill.
That's not a Merry Christmas. The 36-year-old, by the way, died by suicide in his cell in March of 2015. Yeah. I don't think he was all the way there either.
No.
And finally, our last murder is Michelle Anderson Carnation. I'm sorry, Michelle Anderson and the Carnation Murders. So there's more than one here.
Oh, okay.
The Carnation Christmas Eve murders rocked the small Washington town east of Seattle when the bodies of 6 people were discovered at home on December 26th of 2007. Michelle Anderson, along with her boyfriend, Joseph McEnroe, shot and killed Anderson's parents, brother, sister-in-law, niece, and nephew on Christmas Eve that year. The motive is reportedly money. Anderson claimed her brother owed her $40,000, and she was frustrated her parents were on his side. Anderson was sentenced to 6 consecutive life terms in prison.
Why do you got to kill the kids? They didn't do anything.
Right. The kids didn't owe anybody any money.
Come on. And you're not getting the money now.
I mean, you could have put the kids to work in a coal mine and got you half of that, right?
Yeah,
So, don't kill the kids. I mean,
seriously.
yeah. But those are 11 chilling murders on Christmas.
Boy, they were chilling. Gosh, Tim, way to kick us off with a grisly start.
Sorry. All right. So what we'll do is
No, no, don't be sorry. It's good. That's what we're here for.
right. A little Christmas crime there. We'll have some more Christmas crime here. We'll take our break, but when we come back, it'll be 16 of the weirdest and craziest Christmas crimes.
Okay.
That's what we'll do when we come back. We'll take our break. Again, Christmas crimes today and dumb crimes, stupid criminals. It's all here on the Christmas week edition of True Crime Tuesday. Welcome back to the best in true crime podcasting. This is True Crime Tuesday. I'm your host, Tim Dennis. With me, Jessica Freeburg. And Jess, we're in part 2 now of our Christmas crimes. This being 16 of the weirdest and craziest Christmas crimes. Ready for this?
I'm ready.
Okay. I think this will be a little lighter. Right?
Okay.
Okay. We're going to go from 1 to 16. I think it actually builds that way.
Okay.
It's not like number 1 is like number 1. It's like really, really cool. I think number 1 is kind of mild and then it builds from there. So with the Christmas spirit in the air, the biggest holiday around, let's get weird, shall we? And get on the naughty list here. Get on Santa's naughty list. Number 1 is a Christmas tree snatching from the Boy Scouts. 2 UMass students went full on zoo mass and tried to get away with stealing a Christmas tree that the Boy Scouts were selling to raise money for local troops. They were apparently put up to this by a dare from a third party. Their charges included larceny and a $250 fine. So snatching a Christmas tree from the Boy Scouts.
Okay. That's not very nice.
Yeah, we start off slow.
Okay.
We're easing
Building up.
That's right. Number 2, are you earmuffs, Phoebe Buffet? I'm sorry. You ready for this?
Uh-oh, something bad's going to happen to a dog.
Yeah, yes. Actually stealing cute puppies instead of just saying you want to is the second one here. Yeah. When you walk by a cute dog and you think to yourself, it's so fluffy, I just want to steal it. Well, this guy actually had the guts to carry it out, except he broke into a home in the process of doing it. It's a bit of a chicken and egg situation. What came first, the puppies or the home invasion? Surely if he saw the puppies first, then you'd have to wonder just how cute these little things were if it drove him to commit home invasion.
Yeah.
Right. So, so make sure Phoebe Buffet is very, very safe if you ever get home invaded.
Oh, absolutely. I pity the fool who tries to steal my dogs. They'll make them crazy.
Yeah. Well, there's that too. Yeah. They may end up with a bathrobe that doesn't smell right. I remember
like that. Dog breath.
That's right. I remember that from the other week. Number 3, no beer. Well, be prepared to be stabbed by a ceramic squirrel.
What?
Some folks like to imbibe the holiday spirit a bit too much, and a woman in South Carolina stabbed a man on Christmas for coming home without beer. Yep, that's right. When officers confronted her, she tried to say he slipped and fell, but couldn't explain her bloody hands and clothes. She was charged with criminal domestic violence. Here's a side note. Somewhere in South Carolina, there could be a bloody ceramic squirrel sitting inside an evidence bag. And that would be quite the sight, wouldn't it?
I wonder what part of the squirrel she used to stab him with. Like a tail? No, that's too round and fluffy.
Yeah, but you could sharpen it to a shank point.
I guess.
Yeah. Would it be the point where he's got his little hands like this and he's got little nails?
Yeah, maybe. Or maybe his mouth is open and he's got his little teeth.
That's true. Yeah. There's so many points on a ceramic squirrel where you could go to town.
Who knew it could be a dangerous weapon?
It could be. Number 4 is getting stuck inside a chimney naked. Now we're working.
Uh-oh.
There we go. A man nicknamed the Santa Claus burglar was stuck in a chimney for 6 hours while trying to escape the scene. Seattle firefighters pulled the naked, yes, naked for unclear reasons. Well, sometimes Santa's got to get buff, kids, in order to get down there. Man from the chimney after a neighbor reported someone screaming for help. The man claimed his friend, who presumably was also on the roof with him, tossed his backpack into the chimney and he was trying to retrieve it. Apparently, his clothes also burned up somewhere in the mix. He was charged with residential burglary and a 17-month jail sentence.
Oh my. Can you just imagine looking up and seeing his legs and his little bits hanging down?
And then you decide you're going to play pinata with it. You know, you get a little stick. Yeah. Number 5, cocaine-filled Santa dolls.
Oh, wow.
Well,
It's a party.
well, you got to stay awake for Santa, right? When he comes, you want to see him for the first time, right? So you just take a little toot. It is safe to say that people associate snow with Christmas, at least up in this area. And there is something special about that bright and soft white powder as being part of it. In this case, Santa brought snow all right, but the snow actually was cocaine. Police in Rio de Janeiro found Santa dolls filled with cocaine and ornaments filled with marijuana. So there's a little green to symbolize your tree and a little symbolize your snow.
A little something for everyone.
That's right. Either you're up or you're down, or either way, it's a Merry Christmas. Yep. Number 6, going bananas for snakes. Some people aren't. We'll just put it that way. This man from the greater New Orleans area stole 3 snakes and a cash register from a local pet store. He claimed the snakes were for a Christmas present for his son. You are the worst father in the world. What did he get his son, you may ask? Well, he got him a ball python and 2 boa snakes.
Oh my.
I love you, son. Here's a ball python and 2 boa snakes. In addition to the cash register, oh, by the way, here's a full cash register with cash too.
What was the cash register for?
For the kid to play pet store at home. Yeah.
Wrap all of that up and stick it under the tree.
Yeah. In addition to the cash register, were missing when the owner, all of them were missing when the owner opened up for business that day. He was charged with simple burglary, and probably having a simple mind as well. I think you could charge.
Yeah. He didn't think that went all the way through, let's just say.
Who steals 3 snakes in a cash register?
Steal a puppy for your kid. They'd probably like that better.
Right? Puppy or a kitty or even a parrot that talks.
Yeah, or even a little gecko. They're so cute.
I'm just thinking the parrot would be funny. Your dad's a lowlife. That'd be fun, right?
Oh.
It's kind of cool. Santa Con turns into Santa Con, number 7.
Mm.
Have you ever heard about the shenanigans that happen at Santa Con?
No, it probably gets a little wild, and it's probably sexual if I had to guess, which is even creepier.
There's a lot of it. Yeah, there's a lot of repressed people in Santa suits. I don't know what it is. You know what it is? It's the goodness of Christmas, and people just want to corrupt it like there's no tomorrow.
Yeah, we are sick and twisted, aren't we?
Yeah,
as a humanity.
Pretty much. You either love or hate the drunken tradition of SantaCon, where a bunch of drunken Santas troll the streets of numerous cities in a massive pub crawl. During this drunken revelry, one Santa decided to see what we did there, the bank, and make off with an undisclosed amount of cash. He then disappeared into the crowd of people dressed exactly like him. Local business should actually take that fact into account because it is an advantage would-be thieves during these types of events can exploit. Imagine the best way to spot this guy is to look for the Santa buying the whole crowd of Santas a shot. Number 8 is faking a heart attack to steal toys. Well, that's a good one.
Well, yeah, that would probably work.
Here's the situation. 2 men are in Walmart. Man 1 fakes a heart attack in front of security to create a diversion. Man 2 uses the diversion to make it out the front door with $369 worth of toys. I say he's an underachiever.
Yeah, you think he could have got more?
Well, at least one of those little cars that drive themselves, the battery operated ones.
You could have just drove that right out.
Right. That alone's $500,
Yeah.
right?
That'd be a good getaway car too. Kind of like when that guy drove the Barbie car down the,
Yeah. Yeah.
the
I mean,
road.
you can at least get away at 5 miles an hour, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And look good doing it.
that's right. Once man two leaves, man one suddenly feels okay and leaves in the same car with man two. I wonder if they actually thought people would buy it.
Yeah. I mean, they must have thought they could get away with it.
Yeah, but they didn't.
But pretty stupid.
Because eventually they're going to call an EMT, and an EMT is going to want to look you over, right? And it's a heart
Yeah.
attack. It's not like they're going to trust it from a guy who's had some heart issues in his day. They're going to run enzyme tests and all that other stuff. They're not going to let you go.
Oh, you're going to the hospital and you're going to be hooked up to things and they're going to be checking you out for hours.
Yeah, yeah. This isn't an easy thing, right? It's not like, oh, my heart. Oh, okay, I'm good. I'm going to go home.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Never mind. Must have been heartburn.
yeah, yeah. Oh, it's just the chili I had earlier this morning. You had chili for breakfast? Yeah, a long story. Yeah, yeah. I'm gluten intolerant. Number 9 is a giant marijuana Christmas tree. A
Huh.
woman, yeah, well, smoke it if you hang ornaments from it.
Light her up.
Yeah, light it up. Watch the house go up as well. Uh,
Yeah.
a woman boasted to her neighbors that she had the best Christmas tree in the world, that her Christmas tree was actually a giant marijuana plant. Why would you brag about that? See that plant in the corner? That's not a Christmas tree.
It
And if
had
I,
to look kind of like a Charlie Brown Christmas tree, though, right? Because they
right,
don't get that big.
it's got two little balls on it, and a little star,
Yeah.
Charlie Brown near it, giving a little soliloquy. Police in Chile found 21 cannabis plants. Oh, there were 21 of them. She had a tree.
Oh.
Yeah, she had a tree
Huh.
from Jess. Yeah. 29 bags of other drugs and 2 shotguns in the woman's house because she wanted to protect the Charlie Brown tree so badly. Apparently, the authorities had been investigating her for a month, but didn't actually expect to find a marijuana plant being used as a Christmas tree. So, yes, she was using it as a Christmas tree.
That's wild.
Well, we've all got to celebrate Christmas somehow. Number 10, Park Wars, a new spot. No, it's not a new movie, but we're calling it that. The parking lot is arguably the most vicious place within the proximity of shopping centers across the world before Christmas. You know the feeling you get when that precious space close to the door opens up after 10 minutes of driving around? Well, your heart rate increases, you start sweating, and you go into immediate stalk and defend mode. You try to dirty look and honk at that person who's trying to steal your spot. Well, police in Connecticut charged 3 women with breach of peace after a brawl broke out in the parking lot. First move, an orange peel was launched at one car from another.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, they got violent over a parking spot.
With an orange peel to start it, kick it off.
Yep. And then it went to fists.
Yeah.
Yeah. Number 11, a DUI while driving a Christmas float.
That's scary.
Believe it or not the first time I've heard of that.
Yeah, just driving down the Christmas parade drunk as a skunk.
I can't tell you what parade or what year, but my sister at one time was the junior princess of Blaine, Minnesota.
Oh,
And uh, I know, I won't say which municipality, but I do know of a float driver who had had too much to drink and went into the parade and
oh,
drove his float.
all those little kids darting out for candy. That's a bad combination.
It is. It is. A man was charged with DUI and 18 counts of kidnapping and assaulting an officer after he was arrested during a South Carolina Christmas parade. He was driving a float full of children and adults from a local dance studio while drunk.
My goodness. I didn't even think about the people on the float. I was more worried about the people like watching the parade.
Can you imagine the stop start as they're trying to dance on the float?
Yeah. All those little girls with their big bows and their glitter.
They're trying to probably do batons and dance, and then shit's going everywhere. It's just,
Charged with kidnapping. That's amazing.
At one point during the parade, he pulled out to pass the truck in front of him and sped down Main Street for 3 miles, running a red light in the process.
Oh my gosh.
Hold on, girls. We got to make the light.
Oh, those poor children. How
Right?
scary.
Yeah, it's terrible. Number 12, when you just didn't get what you wanted, a couple was given a no contact order after assaulting each other over an unappreciated Christmas gift in New Hampshire. The boyfriend complained about getting a Wii system instead of the remote control plane that he had asked for. The guy get a video game system.
It sounds good to me.
Yeah. When his girlfriend decided to leave, he grabbed her hair as she turned around to hit him.
All of this over not getting what you wanted.
Right. He wanted a plane. She gave him a video game system. Dude, you upgraded.
I would say.
Yeah, you're good. You're okay. You're gonna live. Number 12. Oh, I'm sorry. Number 13. Attack of the Santa. A man dressed as Santa attacked a 74-year-old woman with a 2x4 plank at a mall in Atlanta. There didn't seem to be a motive, and he also threatened other bystanders with the plank in case they tried to intervene. He was charged with 2 counts of aggravated assault. Number 14. Breaking and decorating. A man high on bath salts broke into a house in Ohio and started to decorate. An 11-year-old boy found the man decorating and playing with his toys when he called his mother, who was at the neighbor's house. The man reportedly lit candles and hung a wreath on the garage door while watching TV. He was arrested and charged with burglary.
Hey, if that's the worst he did on bath salts, we'll take it.
Yeah, right? I say I've got plenty of bath salts over here at the house and have plenty for him to do. So if you want to bring them
We
on,
really want our lights to go all the way up, but my husband's afraid. Do you think we could just pay him in bath salts and have him come over and do that
oh,
for us?
by all means, and then send
All
them over my
right.
way when you're done. Yeah,
Okay.
just keep the thing going. Second to the last one here, Jess, Baby Jesus GPS.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's a new feature on your car now. Next time you think about stealing that baby Jesus from the local church, think again, because it could be implanted with a GPS device. A woman was arrested in Florida on theft of the baby Jesus after GPS tracked it down. This is supposedly a fairly common crime during the season, and a number of churches have started using GPS and camera systems to deter and locate thieves. That's right, we've now had to resort to putting an Apple tracker in the baby Jesus.
That's crazy.
Can you imagine putting an Apple tag in I don't know, like Mary or one of the wise men?
Where are you putting it?
Well, sometimes he's got to hold it in the prison purse. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Mm-hmm.
There's only so many places you can shove it.
That's right. Poor baby Jesus.
Aw, baby Jesus.
Baby Jesus is holding. It's not the first bad lesson he's going to learn in life. I'll tell you that much. I hate to tell you, but the end isn't as good.
No,
Yeah.
no. And he knows. He knows what he's in for. He knew the GPS was coming. He was ready for it.
He was ready. He's like, and then off he goes. Yep. If you think
Oh,
this is bad, wait till you hit the year 33. Just say,
yeah. It's
yeah,
gonna be real bad.
it's going to be tough. Stay tuned for that one, kid. And finally, what does Santa have in his sack?
Drugs?
Yes, he has weed, Jess.
I knew it.
Yeah.
Bad Santa.
Well, most of us dream of a white Christmas. This guy from California was dreaming of a green Christmas. He allegedly packaged and handed out marijuana and napkins to customers at a Buffalo Wild Wings in Monterey. At least he was at the right place. You know, a little smoky smoke, a little wingy wang, and all is right with Christmas, right? He approached customers while they were eating and told them Santa had a gift for them. Oh, that is the nicest Santa ever. Can you imagine that? Your belly's full, and he comes up and he goes, "Here, kid, it's on Santa."
That's right.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. When police searched him, they found over 2 pounds of prepackaged marijuana.
That's a lot.
Whoa. He was arrested for furnishing marijuana, not distributing, because distributing it infers sales.
Okay.
Just
Just
furnishing.
gifting it.
Yeah, just gifting.
Just really feeling the holiday spirit.
He was. He was in the holiday spirit. And that, Jess, is some of the, or 16 of the weirdest and craziest Christmas crimes,
I loved that.
which I think sets us up nicely now for dumb crimes and stupid criminals.
It's crayon news story time.
What happened with this dude, Christ Bearer? I heard he cut his penis off and then jumped off a balcony.
Suspect pulls gun from butt, shoots twice at Denver police.
What is your emergency?
I need help.
And what's the problem?
I'm too high.
You're too high?
Yeah.
It's that time again. The time you've all been looking forward to. It's time now for dumb crimes and stupid criminals. And of course, we don't have to make things any lighter. And I don't know, do you need another introduction here, Jess? I mean, I could do one if you'd like.
It's still me.
Okay, it's still Jessica Freeburg. We appreciate you being here, Jess. Boy, let's just jump into it, shall we?
Let's go.
Let's start it out with a little something odd and unusual and somewhat semi-serious. The Epstein files came out this week.
Yes.
But let's not talk about the obvious, right? There was a little bit of a magic trick that happened, Jess. Now you see it, now you don't, right?
Yeah.
Stuff got released, but then it vanished magically, right?
Yeah.
Believe it or not, at least 16 files have disappeared from the Justice Department's public webpage for documents related to Jeffrey Epstein.
Where did they go?
Now, we're not getting political here, folks. We're just stating a fact. It was here and then it was gone. What disappeared, you may ask? Well, there was a photograph showing President Trump less than a day after it was posted with no explanation from the government and no notice to the public. The missing files, which were available on Friday and no longer accessible by Saturday, included images of paintings depicting nude women and one showing a series of photographs along with a credenza and in drawers, the AP reports. That image inside a drawer, among other photos, was a photograph of Trump alongside sex offender Epstein, Melania Trump, and Epstein accomplice Ghislaine Maxwell. Interesting. The Justice Department did not say why the files were removed. No, it's just a photo of the four of them standing together.
Yeah, just let it be there. I mean,
stupid, right?
Right.
Because there's photos of Bill Clinton standing. Actually, there's a photo of Bill Clinton in a swimsuit in a hot tub with Ghislaine. And Ghislaine,
I don't see that.
But he's just sitting there and he's just laying back laughing. And
yeah.
It's online. It's on TMZ. You can see it.
Yeah.
But Ghislaine is red acted out of it, which is weird.
Why?
Have you seen any of the Epstein file photos online yet?
I have not. No. I mean, like I've seen a couple flash on my TV while they're talking briefly about it, but I haven't really dove into it.
Have you seen the one of Bill Clinton and Michael Jackson?
Yeah, I did see that.
Yeah. I mean, it's just, it's odd, right?
It was like, why?
Nobody knows. I mean, I think Epstein took half of these photos because they were famous people that were showing up at his place. Wouldn't you?
Right.
Right?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I mean, if you were able to lure all these famous people into your place, I would. You know? Hey, if Michael Jackson showed up at my place, I don't know what he's doing there, but if he was there, you know, I'm not going to cast aspersions, but if I had Michael Jackson and Bill,
I would definitely take a selfie.
Mm-hmm. But
would just be my big head in the front and him in the back.
In all fairness, now I'm gonna throw this out there as well. Much like if President Trump, Melania, Ghislaine, and Jeffrey Epstein are standing there, I don't think there's anything going on. There's two couples standing there, right?
Right. That doesn't mean anything.
I also say if Bill Clinton, Michael Jackson, and Diana Ross are standing there, I don't think anything's going on either.
Right. No.
So I don't understand what the big hubbub is about these photos.
Yeah, I feel like they really didn't tell us anything. And the stuff that people really wanted to know is all the stuff that's blacked out.
That's right. There's big black.
We're never going to know. It's just silly for us to think they're ever going to really be honest with us.
That's right. So what's absent from all this stuff, Jess? Well, missing are FBI interviews with survivors and internal Justice Department memos examining charging decisions. Records that could have helped explain how investigators viewed the case and why Epstein was allowed in 2008 to plead guilty to a relatively minor state-level prostitution charge. The gaps go further. The records required to be released under a recent law passed by Congress hardly reference several powerful figures long associated with Epstein, including Britain's former Prince Andrew, renewing questions about who was scrutinized, who was not, and how much disclosures truly advance public accountability. So there was a little, and the reason I bring this story up is this: you didn't get the Epstein files.
No. Smoke and mirrors.
You got a bunch of garbage.
Yep.
There was an expert that came on. I'm trying to remember what news program I was watching that said, you'll know you got the true Epstein files if certain offenders are mentioned and certain cases are mentioned and certain victims are mentioned, and the victims themselves will be able to come forward and say, you know what, my offender is listed in these files. And yes, you've got the real.
Yeah. And it's so funny because like what they showed on TV, and I'm just watching it in passing because again, I really don't think we're ever going to get the full truth. So I'm kind of like, I'm not that interested in it, honestly, because they're just not going to tell us. But the whole page is blacked out, and they're like, well, we have to black it out to protect the victims. I would expect you to like black out their name and then let us read the rest. Like, it shouldn't be the whole page blacked out. It should be like one line or, a portion of that line.
How much do you really need to protect the victims when most of them are coming forward and saying, release it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we're done with that part.
Yeah. They're all adults now and they want justice.
Not only are they adults, but the ones who aren't with us anymore were wanting it released. I mean,
right.
Virginia Free was one of the ones who was saying, release it. And she's no longer with us. So the ones who are no longer with us wanted justice. The ones who are with us want justice. I don't think there are too many who are on the sidelines going, you know what? Nah, just leave it be. I think they're all saying, you know what? It's time.
Yeah.
So I don't think there's anybody shirking here. I don't know. But
well, the people shirking are the people in control of letting us see it.
Yeah. And what's funny, the one caveat I'll give here, which is the ironic caveat I'll give here, which I laughed quite heartily at, was Kevin Spacey was one of the ones who was like, release the files, release the files. They released the files and he's all over it. He's got photos everywhere.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's all over yeah. But a lot of it is, a lot of it was meetings over in England where Epstein was there with Bill Clinton and Kevin Spacey. And I mean, it was innocent enough. It was in boardrooms and war rooms and things like that.
Right.
I mean, they were vanity pics. So there was nothing salacious or anything like that in those pics, but it was, but I found it funny that the people who screamed the loudest about, oh yeah, let's do it. Chances are they're all over the thing.
Yeah.
So anyways, we'll move on. I just thought it was funny that it was, they're trying to say, well, it's a big nothing burger. There's nothing there. There's stuff there, folks.
Yeah.
You're just not getting it.
They're not showing it to us.
That's
I think that's a perfect piece for dumb crimes and stupid criminals. It is pretty stupid.
That's right. It's pretty stupid all the way around. It's pretty stupid. People are still talking like they think they know what's going on with it. You should know what's going on with it. It's one big cover up.
Yeah, absolutely.
Speaking of pretty stupid, let's continue. A man refused bail, is charged with depicting Adolf Hitler and Nazi symbols on his boat. I can't. You talk about putting a boat in the water. Most people who put boats in the water are pretty proud of their boat. They name it
Hmm.
certain things, like they name it after their lady, or they name it after something they're proud of, and they put it, big name on it. And, they say, that's my pride and joy. That's my lady right there, right? This guy, Jake Jake Deary is his name, allegedly displayed offensive anti-Semitic symbols on his boat.
Oh, buddy.
Yeah.
Why?
A Lake Macquarie man was allegedly displayed offensive anti-Semitic symbols on his boat, and he's been refused bail after a prosecutor said he lacked insight into the seriousness of the charge he was facing.
Hmm.
So in other words, he's like, I don't know why I put all that stuff in there. I don't know why I'm going to jail.
Yeah, I don't know why anyone cares. I can do what I want. Free speech, whatever.
Yeah, it's America. Police were called to a home in Swansea, south of Newcastle, on December 6th, allegedly finding symbols on a boat parked there. After further investigations, the home was searched on Tuesday, and Jake John Deary, all 32 years old, was charged, Jess. Mr. Deary stands accused of displaying Nazi symbols in a public place, offensive behavior, and breach of bail. He applied for release yesterday in Newcastle Bail Court. I'm sorry, this is in England, not in America. I'm sorry, it's England. I can do whatever I want. The court heard, in addition to Nazi symbols and an image of Adolf Hitler on the boat. Oh boy, he went all out. He's got an image of old Adolf on the boat. Not only does the guy have anti-Semitic language on the boat, he's got his image of old Adolf there on the boat. He's got Adolf Hitler on the boat. Kind of fun, yeah. Little portrait.
Huh. That's a choice.
Yeah. So the court hears, in addition to Nazi symbols, he's got an image of Adolf Hitler on the boat. A sticker with an anti-Semitic slur was allegedly displayed across the back. Magistrate Elizabeth Bushby told the court the boat allegedly had professional decals or stickers depicting reversed or partially reversed swastikas and a Hitler-looking Nazi shouting an offensive phrase. Commonwealth prosecutor Frank Farah told the court bail should not be granted. It is a serious and blatant example of this offending, he said. It doesn't appear to be any appreciation of how serious this offending is. Mr. Farah said the symbols were blatant and noted that the timing of the alleged offenses in the context of recent events. He said, he says in relation to the symbols that they're controversial. I think it's a bit more than controversial, especially in the circumstances of what's happened in the last few days, he said, meaning the Bondi Beach shooting. All right. Next story, Jess. We were speaking about earlier somebody stealing your dog in a home invasion. Well,
Yeah.
This Los Angeles woman is speaking out after an Amazon driver stole her cat.
No.
I'm telling you, people aren't good. They're just not good.
People are bad.
A woman says she and her children are beyond distraught after an Amazon driver was seen on video stealing her beloved pet cat from their front door. On December 11th, surveillance video shows an Amazon Flex worker, an independent contractor who is not an employee of the company, dropping off a package at her home on the 5800 block of Hazelbrook Avenue in Lakewood around 6 p.m. The man stops and crouches down to pet Piper, who is a Siamese mixed cat who belongs to Diane Huff Medina, and her 3 young sons near the front door. Instead of going on his way, however, he grabs Piper by the scruff and quickly walks off. Evil sumbitch.
Manhandled Piper.
Yeah.
A bastard.
Yeah. Huff Medina said of the footage, he gets out of the car and delivers the package. You see a flash go off, and he takes a picture of the package. And then he turns to the cat. I mean, he takes a picture of the package because he has to for work, right?
Right.
At first, it looks like he's just going to pet her. You can hear her meowing in the video, but she sounds irritated. Piper has been living with the woman's family for 6 years. The cat is an indoor-outdoor pet who's been microchipped. Well, thank God, because then you can find her.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Like, you can track her down.
Right. but she was not wearing a collar at the time of her kidnapping.
Hmm.
You can't really prove that that's her name, but she's microchipped. I mean, she's got the
Right.
RFID, right? Huff Medina said she didn't even realize that Piper has gone missing until the next day after she saw the abduction captured on her video Ring doorbell camera. It's a helpless feeling because we watched her get taken. So I don't know where she is or if she's even okay. Huff Medina reached out to Amazon about the incident and reported the case to the Lakewood Sheriff's Department. She initially said that Amazon had identified the driver but could not get a hold of him. They know who the driver is, but they haven't been in contact with him, Huff Medina said. I think it's been the most frustrating part, thinking I'd get a little more support help from them. I realize it's a third-party driver, but he's still affiliated with Amazon, and I'm sure they know who he is. The mother said her 3 young boys are struggling with Piper's absence, not knowing if they will ever see her again. Their cat's kidnapping follows even more hardship in the family after their boy's father passed a few years ago.
Oh, that's so sad.
Yeah. They're devastated. And they're devastated they're devastated, and every day they ask, is she back yet? It's hard to tell them, Huff Medina said. We got her in 2019, 2 months before their dad passed away in an accident. She's been a source of comfort, especially for the boys. On Tuesday night, authorities confirmed that they've identified the driver and that charges are pending. Piper, however, has not been located. Anyone who knows Piper's whereabouts, has information on the case, is asked to contact Huff Medina through her Facebook post. And you know what? I'll post this story because there's a link where you can contact Huff Medina if you've seen the cat.
Yeah, let's get Piper home.
Yeah. By the way, this was the most sent in story to me this week. So,
Really?
Yeah. So thank you to our listeners who were concerned about Piper as well. So
we love our pets.
Yeah, most definitely. Most definitely. All right, Jess. This next story, of course, we're going to Florida for this next story. You didn't think we could stay away from Florida all day. I know that.
I was hoping we wouldn't. There's always good stuff coming out of Florida.
That's all right. A Florida officer was charged after allegedly faking 79 off-duty shifts for which he was paid more than $12,000.
Ooh.
Fake jobs are plentiful. I guess that's why the mob's always doing it on TV, right?
I guess.
The officer, an investigator for the Sanford PD's Professional Standards Unit, that's ironic, was charged with 79 counts of official misconduct as well as organized fraud. We go to Sanford, Florida, where a 23-year veteran and a former spokesperson for the Sanford Police Department was arrested Tuesday after being paid thousands of dollars for allegedly fake off-duty work shifts. Ronnie Neal, an investigator in SPD's Professional Standards Unit, was charged with 79 counts of official misconduct. That's one for each alleged instance of fraudulently submitting timesheets containing off-duty work at lofts at Eden Apartments between October of 2023 and July of 2024. Neal, who's 49 years old, was also charged with organized fraud, accused of swindling taxpayers of $12,640, according to an affidavit filed in Seminole County Court. He had resigned on December 10th, but Chief Cecil Smith reversed it Tuesday and instead fired him once that warrant was issued for his arrest. Neal is jailed now at the John E. Polk Correctional Facility on a $150,000 bond.
Dang.
So he stole 12 grand. He's got to come up with 150,000 in order to get free.
Get comfortable, sir.
That's right. Get nice and comfy and just imagine you won't be out anytime soon. A man who converted a staple gun into a firearm has been jailed.
You can do that? Wow.
I guess so. This guy is MacGyver, evidently.
Yeah. I mean, he'd be good to have around in the apocalypse, but
Yeah. We go over to the other side of the pond, to Britain, where a man who converted a staple gun into a deadly firearm has been jailed, the British Transport Police has said. Jamie Young of Longfield, near Dartford in Kent, tested its firepower in the field and was subsequently caught with the weapon in his suitcase on a train in March of 2024. Jeez. The 45-year-old pleaded guilty to manufacturing a firearm and possession of a firearm at St. Albans Crown Court on December 8th. He was sentenced to 5 years in prison. They take their firearms very seriously over in England,
Yes, they do.
especially if you convert your staple gun. An off-duty Metropolitan Police officer spotted Young taking drugs on the train in Hertfordshire. He was removed from the service at St. Albans City Station to be searched, and the converted staple gun was found. He was arrested, and the firearm was seized, along with 2 phones and a small amount of crack cocaine, because, hey, what's shooting a staple gun without some crack?
Yeah, you got to get a little high.
Yep.
I wonder what else he could convert into a gun. Screwdriver, hammer, wrench.
That's a loaded question, Jess, if I've ever heard. But thanks for throwing that one out there. The weapon was tested by specialists and classified as a viable firearm equipped with a barrel-to-fire ammunition. So he did really retrofit this thing to be a gun.
Wild.
Yeah. Analysis of the phones uncovered further evidence connecting Young to the homemade gun, including a video of him test firing it in the field, as well as a self-portrait photo with the weapon. So yeah, he cheesed up.
Hey.
Yeah, he's like, this is me and this is my gun. Yeah,
Look what I made.
Look at all I made. That's my really cheap impression. Yeah.
It's good. I like it.
Thanks. I appreciate it. In a police interview, Young claimed the firearm was placed in a suitcase a few months before his trip, and he wasn't even aware that it was inside until officers found it. Right.
Okay.
Sure. Detective Con Agata Barker said, thanks to the sharp actions of the off-duty officer traveling in the train that day, a lethal weapon has been removed from criminal circulation. Only Jamie Young knows what he planned to do with that homemade gun. But if it was used against someone, it could have resulted in fatal consequences. So another dangerous staple gun is off the street, Jess.
Thank goodness.
Someone somewhere on a construction site has been disarmed. That's all I know.
What an odd thing to turn into a gun, though. Can you imagine firing it? They have such weird little trigger things.
You know what they do in AEW, actually, Swerve Strickland and a few other wrestlers do? They use it to staple a guy in the nuts with during a wrestling match.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, it looks very painful.
Oh, it has to be.
But that's the regular staple gun. That's not the high power one. The high power one would probably blow your testicles to smithereens. But, the regular one, and by the way, they don't really hit them in the testicles and get them in the inner thigh. But it hurts.
It still hurts, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if you've ever been hit with a staple gun before, but they hurt.
No, a BB, yes, but not a staple gun.
I've told this story on the show before about shooting Todd Benkowski
Yes.
from the second story window, much like a little teenage Lee Harvey Oswald from the second story.
Little assassin up there.
Hitting him in the left tire of his Hill Street Blues t-shirt. By the way,
with your Red Ryder.
By the way, that was a shot, I'll tell you.
Yeah.
I think at that point I should have been recruited by the CIA.
I was going to say, they should take you into, recon units or whatever.
But just his moose-like voice going, I've been shot. It's pretty funny. I mean, I couldn't stop laughing.
Oh,
it was
ingrained in your memory.
Yeah. Maybe 2 pumps. I think it might have been 2 pumps. I mean, it wasn't even enough to break skin.
Oh, but he felt it.
And there's a little white mark too.
Oh.
But I was like, God. I was like, right, I got him. Next time it's going to be a staple gun. That's what I told him. Little did I know.
Oh.
All right, our next story has to do with a woman who drove a stolen van to court. The accused COVID fraudster faces new Hot Wheels felony rap. That's right. We're going to Florida, Jess. By the way, I thought I was bald, but this woman here, holy moly.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable. We, ladies and gentlemen, we have a contender for a visit to the beauty shop. that's for sure. Florida woman was arrested Wednesday for driving a stolen car to the federal courthouse where she's on trial for an alleged role in a conspiracy that defrauded $29 million from government COVID relief loan and grant programs.
Oh, I hate that.
Someone's getting rich.
Yeah. So
39
frustrating.
39-year-old Latoya Clark was blocks away from the U.S. District Court in Fort Pierce when a license plate reader flagged her vehicle as being stolen. Clark was behind the wheel of a 2025 Ram Pro Master cargo van when she was pulled over by a sheriff's deputy around 8:30 a.m. After Clark exited the vehicle and was handcuffed, a cop explained why she was being detained. "Oh, I know why," Clark reportedly said, adding that she was en route to the federal courthouse because she is on trial for a federal crime. According to court records, Clark obtained the van 2 months ago in a one-day rental from U-Haul. When she failed to return the vehicle, it was reported stolen.
Wow. She's just like not capable of making a single good decision in her life.
Right. Does she have like an entire bookshelf at home that's from the library? I mean,
Yeah.
did she steal from the food shelf? What does her life consist of?
She's got Target shopping carts all over
Yeah,
in her yard.
yeah. Charged with a felony, Clark was booked into the county jail, which made her a no-show that morning for federal court, where she was indicted in May for conspiracy, money laundering, and wire fraud. According to prosecutors, Clark and 5 co-defendants engaged in a multi-year scheme to file phony COVID relief applications. The alleged fraudsters submitted 92 bogus claims, which netted them $29 million in Paycheck Protection Program funds. That's PPP funds. Money that was eventually laundered through a web of shell companies. Clark, who allegedly controlled 3 corporations used in the fraud operation, was free on $250,000 bond in the federal case. My guess is she had it in cash.
Yeah.
Several of the felonies for which Clark was charged carry maximum 20-year prison sentences. Following her arrest in the stolen van case, Clark's bond was revoked by U.S. District Court Judge Eileen Cannon. Yes, that Eileen Cannon. Cannon rejected a defense argument that Clark's retention of the U-Haul van was born entirely out of poverty, desperation, and survival, and that she was living out of the stolen wheels. A jury in the federal case was selected yesterday, and opening arguments were scheduled for this week. Wow. That's a lot. This woman comes with a lot of baggage.
She really does.
Yeah. All right. It's time now for us to jump into a lengthy, not safe for work section because, folks, you all wanted to get on Santa's naughty list this week. You all should be ashamed of yourself. You all been lewd, nude, and crude this week, and Santa is disappointed in all of you. You're all getting coal in your stocking.
Unless he's that Santa who was naked in the chimney. He's like, hey, these are my people.
These are my peeps. You're all getting something naughty in your stocking. You know what I mean? So that's going down. So kids, get out of the room. You don't want to hear any of this because you want good stuff for Christmas. So you're going to leave the room, go watch Bluey. You don't want to hear this. And if you're at work still, then you're a good person as well. Get your boss out of the room because he's probably done half the stuff as well. And he's getting coal in his stocking. And we'll do this in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. The Cochise County attorney was fired after a deeply disturbing incident at a store involving a girl. Oh boy. A high-ranking official in Cochise County has been terminated after allegations of sexual misconduct involving a juvenile girl at a local store. The allegations concern Paul Correa, the now formerly, not new, but well, he is newly former, now former Cochise County chief civil deputy, according to the Cochise County Attorney's Office. County Attorney Lori Zucco, in a news release, described the allegations against Correa as deeply disturbing. The Sierra Vista Police Department said the incident in question happened on December 17th at the Target store located on Highway 90 in Sierra Vista. Police said Correa was arrested for public sexual indecency. Officers responded to a 911 call at the store at around 6:20 p.m. After reports that one vehicle had blocked another in the store's parking lot. Officers learned that a male subject allegedly followed a juvenile female while inside the store and recorded her with his phone, police said.
Yeah.
Yeah. The girl's father then reportedly found the man in the parking lot, as he should.
Good for him.
Right? The juvenile's father reported that he saw the male suspect watching a video of his daughter with his pants disheveled.
Oh my.
It's go time at that point, right? As any man will tell you, it's go time at that point.
Yeah, whatever this dad does, I'm just looking away. I have no problems with whatever he does to this creep.
That's right. Officers seized the man's personal and work phones, with investigators seeking a warrant to examine the devices. Then on December 18th, the suspect was arrested and booked into the Cochise County Jail. He's facing charges of evidence tampering and public sexual indecency. Zucco went on to say the allegations in this case are deeply disturbing, particularly for an officer of the court and public employees entrusted with the public's confidence. Zucco said the decision was made to terminate Correa following an investigation into the incident. Zucco also went on to say a bunch of things about due process, yada, yada, yada. Zucco emphasized the decision to terminate Correa reflects the seriousness of the allegations. The news release said an ongoing criminal investigation is being handled independently by the La Paz County Attorney's Office. Disturbing. All right. Next story. If you thought that was disturbing, Jess, we go to Missouri. It seems like this is an epidemic in Missouri. I'm not going to lie.
Okay.
I may get some blowback from Missouri here, but an ex-Missouri trooper admits to hunting for nude photos on women's phones during traffic stops.
Whoa.
This isn't the first time that I've read a story from Missouri about this. A former Missouri State Highway Patrol trooper admitted in federal court Tuesday that he used his badge to unlawfully search women's cell phones during traffic stops, specifically looking for nude photographs. 40-year-old David McKnight pleaded guilty to 9 counts of deprivation of rights under color of law. He acknowledged violating the women's constitutional rights to be free from unreasonable search and seizure during a spree of incidents between September of 2023 and July of 2024. According to the plea agreement, McKnight targeted women while on duty in uniform and driving a marked patrol vehicle. In several instances, he pulled women over for traffic violations and took their phones back to his patrol car, claiming he needed to verify their identification or insurance coverage, which that's typical these days, to have your insurance coverage on your phone or your ID card on your phone. Not to
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Right. Once out of sight, McKnight accessed the devices without a warrant or probable cause. He scrolled through their private galleries to locate nude images of the drivers or their partners. Prosecutors said he even used his own personal cell phone to take pictures of the images he found on the victim's screens. The misconduct wasn't limited to standard traffic stops. McKnight also exploited interactions with women he encountered after car accidents, vehicle breakdowns, and even one woman who had flagged him down to report a careless driver. The scheme unraveled when 2 of the victims became suspicious of how long McKnight remained in his vehicle with their phones. They reported the behavior to the Missouri State Highway Patrol, triggering an internal review. Forensic analysis later proved McKnight had navigated specifically to folders containing private explicit content on the victim's devices. The investigation was handled jointly by the Missouri State Patrol and the FBI. McKnight, by the way, is scheduled for sentencing on March 24th of 2026. All right. You were talking about naked chimney jumping earlier. This man is being called truly bizarre as he took a naked joyride in a patrol vehicle before an arrest.
Ooh.
Yeah, well, you know, if you're going to get caught by the law, you might as well have an experience just like them, but do it in the book.
In your birthday suit.
That's right. We go to Denver, where police in Commerce City had an eventful weekend, like usual, but this time there was one arrest that stood out from the others. The Commerce City Police Department shared some of the most significant incidents that happened over the weekend in its weekly post on YouTube, but one stood out, literally stood out. Overnight Friday into Saturday, the police department said a man allegedly crawled under a gate into the department's secured parking lot, managed to get inside and steal a patrol vehicle. He then took the police vehicle on the briefest, and we do mean brief, of joyrides, police said in a post on Facebook. Police said the incident was brief, and he was stopped by police while driving around the Commerce City Civic Center. When police got him out of the vehicle, they discovered that he was not wearing any clothes. So I guess they didn't ask for ID. In the body-worn camera footage shared by police, the man appeared to be holding a piece of cloth or a flag over his waist area. And it looks like, is there video of this? Or is this, oh no, there's two pictures. Okay. He was arrested on the spot and was immediately taken to the Adams County Jail on charges of third-degree motor theft, second-degree criminal trespass, and driving without a license. Where is he going to put the license? I mean,
In his pocket?
in his prison purse? The police department said it also recovered multiple stolen vehicles and arrested multiple DUI suspects over the weekend. You can't top the fact that a guy got in naked and drove around in your patrol car.
No, that guy wins.
That guy gets the prize for the weekend. All right, Jess, I know you're going to love this one. You ready?
Yes.
Plea or poop? A road rage defecator takes rehab over trial.
Ew.
That's right. First of all, I want you to guess, male or female?
Oh, it's going to be a woman.
Ding, ding, ding. Christina Solometto will enter a rehabilitative program after pooping on another woman's car in a road rage incident.
That would take so much time to even like get yourself in a position where you could poop on someone's car. You have to get on the car. You have to take your pants down and you have to pop a squat. Like,
all right, my friend, I'm going to introduce another scenario here. Maybe she's
okay.
stress-induced IBS, and it doesn't take that long at all.
Well, I mean, she still has to get up there and take her pants down, though.
Yoga pants. Again, I got an answer for everything. Wham, wham.
Yep.
Right?
I guess if she has IBS, it could be pretty quick.
That's right. Now, how you wipe after that, I have no idea. Maybe she's always got, like Charmin wet wipes on her or something. I have no idea. But.
Well, she's nasty enough to be doing it in the first place. Maybe she doesn't bother to wipe.
Or maybe she's one of those clean shitters. Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe she.
And she probably doesn't have IBS.
No, she probably doesn't. No, you're right. A Delaware County, Pennsylvania woman known regionally as the Delco Pooper. You think she's sponsored? You think she has like a little decal on her car?
By Charmin.
Yeah, by Charmin. After she was captured on video angrily defecating on a car, avoided trial Tuesday, instead entering into a rehabilitative program for her fecal faults. That is so poetic.
I'm so mad I'm going to poop on your car.
I'm a bird. For a 44-year-old Ridley Park resident, Christina Solometto, became involved in a road rage incident on April 30th after a driver in front of her didn't turn left when the traffic arrow turned green.
Wow.
She got out and shot the car.
A lot of rage for something that's not even... What?
She didn't even hit the car. It was like, you're not turning left. Oh, I got a shit. I mean, oh,
I'm so mad.
So mad. Oh, I could shit on your car. According to the affidavit, Solometto honked her horn at the driver, who then mocked her. Oh, of course. Struggling with stomach issues. See, I told you.
Oh, you were right.
See, Solometto drove around the second car to turn left when the driver began following her. Solometto exited her vehicle to confront the driver, who insulted her again. At that moment, duty called. I wanted to punch her in the face, but I pooped on her car instead and went home, Solometto said. Okay, Jess, I have to stop right here. If you're at this point where someone gets out to confront you and goes, hold that thought, and then jumps on top of your car and shits, what is your reaction?
I mean, I can't even conjure a reaction to this scenario. It's just too weird.
You just go home and
I'm
go to the
just gonna
car.
go to the car wash and be done with it. Pretend like this never happened.
Do you play like forensic scientist and scoop a little in a vial and take it to the police station, have it DNA tested, and
Yeah, find this woman.
find this vile fecality?
She had corn for lunch.
She had corn for lunch. Oh, and a little bit of broccoli with it as well. I see. Find this vile woman who pooped on my car.
That was so weird.
Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
I told you it was clean poop.
No.
Because police said, Solometto later explained, quote, it was a clean poop. I didn't even have to wipe.
What?
Even my camera zoomed in on me to celebrate.
We're zoomed in on you like you're the champion.
Da-da-da-da. Celebrate with me, Snoop on a stoop. Da-da-da.
Oh my gosh. And the fact that she told them that, how very strange.
It's like I'm some sort of shitty psychic.
That's your new skill.
This is to read the room when it comes to shitting on cars.
Yep, exactly.
17-year-old Greg Ferrari, who was driving by the road rage incident, recorded a video of the stool saga on his cell phone. That video quickly went viral on social media, resulting in national coverage from TMZ, the New York Post, and People magazine. Upon her May 2nd arrest, the since relieved Solometto appeared the part as she laughed in front of the news cameras and smiled in her mugshot.
Wow. So she's not embarrassed. She's just like, yep, this is how I get my 15 minutes of fame.
That's right. Prospect Park police charged Solometto with indecent exposure, harassment, criminal mischief, disorderly conduct, open lewdness, and depositing waste on a highway. But she hit the car.
But the car was on the highway, so I don't know.
Yeah. But on Tuesday, Solometto chose neither to be blocked up or locked up. Instead, bringing her case to trial, the Delco pooper entered into a statewide rehabilitation program for first-time offenders. By entering into Pennsylvania's accelerated rehabilitative disposition program, Solometto must complete 24 months of probation, anger management classes, and community service. No mention, however, of potty training. Additionally, by the way, Solometto cannot post about her case on social media.
No, it's not going to stop the rest of us from talking about it, though.
That's right. And by the way, if she does meet these conditions, her charges will be dismissed and her case will be expunged.
Oh, like it never happened.
Like she never shit.
She wins for like the craziest, weirdest road rage reaction for the year. I mean, right?
And what's the general rule here, Jess? If you smelt it, you dealt it. I mean, right.
I just hope it didn't like go down like she did on the windshield and it like went down into the car and got into like where it gets hot.
Yeah, like if it's on the engine block.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're just going to drive around smelling like poop until it burns off.
Oh, all you smell is shitty Solometto everywhere you drive.
So bad. I'd just take that car right to the junkyard.
Just drop it off. You can have it.
Just take it.
It's not even paid off yet, but it's yours.
Leave it out front with the keys on it.
That's right.
Like someone steal it. Just take it.
Yep. You know, I always say it's weirder in Wisconsin, right?
Yeah, it can be.
Nothing funny about this one, except for this is one of the most bizarre stories I think we'll hear today. And I'm going to try and shorten it as quick as I can.
Okay.
A married college professor murdered his pregnant mistress and her dog to stop the affair from being exposed. My question here, Jess, who was the dog going to tell?
Right.
Right. A college professor has been accused of murdering his pregnant mistress and her dog after she refused to get an abortion. 38-year-old Matthew Sierra of Genoa, Wisconsin, is sitting in jail on a $1 million bond after he allegedly killed his on-again, off-again girlfriend, 27-year-old Alexis Pickett, and her dog before setting her house on fire on November 13th. During their tryst, Sierra had fathered a child with Pickett behind his wife's back, prompting Pickett to become pregnant with their second child. So they had one already.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Pickett's friend, who was only identified in the complaint as LM, told investigators that Sierra had wanted his girlfriend to get an abortion, but she refused. He had threatened to take custody of their son, 2 years old, if she didn't get the medical procedure, according to the complaint as seen by the Daily Mail. All I know is that they have been on and off, and they had been constantly fighting because he found out that she was pregnant with this kid, and he didn't want anything to do with it, LM told police, according to the complaint. Pickett's autopsy found that she had an absence of soot in Pickett's mouth, throat, and lungs. She also tested low for carbon monoxide, indicating that she had died prior to the fire. So she was murdered, and then the fire was set in the house.
Mm-hmm.
Officers arrived to her Taylor Street home, which was public housing, around 3:30 a.m. to find the building ablaze. After putting out the fire, first responders located her body on the second floor of the home and the dog behind the toilet. Surveillance footage showed Sierra, a mechanical design professor at Western Technical College, allegedly arriving to Pickett's home around 12:45 a.m. before leaving roughly 2 hours later. His wife told police she was unaware that he had left the house in the middle of the night and assumed he went to bed. She also admitted about knowing about the affair and avoiding Pickett at all costs, as she had to spend a bunch of money on extra therapy that basically hypnotized her to not think about Matt and Pickett having sex. So.
Wow.
Yeah.
I have a solution. Just get a divorce.
Yeah, well, there's that. His wife said that she would be pretty sure if she saw Pickett in person, all that would go down the crapper. I don't know why crappers come up the second time in two stories, but they do. I don't know. Let's see here. I was going to try and get to. I guess there's nothing here saying why he would have killed the dog, but there's nothing. So we'll move on. We'll move on to the next story. This story sent to me by one of our listeners. A boyfriend shot and killed during a group play date with a man who the girlfriend met on a swingers website. I'll get that right. Sure, you get into the story. We go to Savannah, Georgia, where a meetup for a play date is coordinated on a swingers website and ended in a deadly shooting. The shooting happened November 29th at the MAA Benton apartment complex in Savannah, Georgia. In court on Wednesday, investigators testified that the shooting happened after a woman, her boyfriend, and another man, 40-year-old Alfonso Warner, agreed to a play date after, not that kind of play date.
That's weird.
Yeah. After meeting on the website SDC Swingers Lifestyle. Well, the only thing swinging there was that gun off his hip, huh? The person she was texting was who she met on a website, which is a swingers website. An investigator told the court she'd been texting him. She had met up with him before, and she knew his name was Alfonso. The girlfriend reportedly told police that she had asked Warner if she could bring her boyfriend, 48-year-old Arthur Gaynor, to a meetup. The girlfriend said she and Gaynor arrived at the apartment around 1:30 a.m. She asked if she could bring what you call a playmate, so basically a friend. The investigator said in court, Warner, said that was okay. And they were basically inside partying, drinking, and having a good time. Sometime during the gathering, the girlfriend said Gaynor felt disrespected, and she suggested they should leave. He's talking stuff. We should go and let's end the party, the investigator said in court. So they decide to put on their clothes. Oh, we were at that part already. And as they put on their clothes, she advises that Alfonso comes from out of the room and shoots him, Gaynor. Detectives said Gaynor died after he was shot in the stomach. His girlfriend called 911 as she drove him to the hospital. She told police what happened and used the swinger's website to identify the suspect. She took it a step further and signed in online to the account where she initially met him and showed me pictures of him, the investigator said. Savannah police later arrested Warner at a Red Roof Inn in Bryan County on December 4th. I think that's a great endorsement, by the way, for Red Roof Inn. Red Roof Inn, the official site of swingers.
This is a little advertisement for them. We
That's
got you, Red Wolf.
If you ever need to swing, by God, the Red Roof Inn. We'll leave the red light on for you.
Oh.
Warner is charged with murder and aggravated assault. So there you go. All right. We've got 2 stories left, and then we've got our palate cleanser. A man sped to escape police after, believe it or not, Jess, he was being caught using a sex toy in his car.
Oh.
Which could be a little awkward.
Yeah.
Definitely not going to make Santa's nice list this year. Although, you know what he may get for Christmas?
A new toy?
Yes, thank you. See?
Did they confiscate it?
I think they did for evidence, yes.
Ew. How do you want to be the guy that has to take that into evidence?
Yeah, gotta drop this in an evidence bag and we're done. A man drove at excessive speeds to evade police officers after he was caught using a sex toy in the back of his car. 53-year-old Mehboob Mohammed was initially spotted by witnesses in Glasgow's Castlemilk. This is, by the way, over in Scotland. On August 23rd of this past year, Mohammed was found half naked with his phone propped up as he committed a sex act on himself.
Wow, so he's getting a little recording of it.
Yeah, having a little fun. Or he was watching a video, you know.
That could be too. Yeah, I guess you're right.
Yeah. He was reported to police, who later found him in a state of panic. I would think so. When the sirens go off and here come the cops and you're all, you know.
In your car though, like, what do you think is going to happen? Go to a cheap motel or something if you can't do it at your own home.
Right? But, you know, maybe half the thrill for him was being out in public.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
People are weird.
Right. Mohammed went on to drive at excessive speeds at that point, go on the wrong side of the road and went through a red light as officers pursued him to East Kilbride, Lanarkshire. Mohammed pled guilty on Tuesday at Glasgow Sheriff's Court to a charge of public indecency. He also admitted assaulting 2 officers, dangerous driving, and failing to appear at a court hearing. I want to know what he assaulted them with.
I was going to say, hope he did not assault them with his toy.
Bang.
His used, dirty, disgusting sex toy.
That's right. The court heard that the witness's attention was drawn to Mohammed's Honda Civic vehicle on a residential street. He was noted to be in the back seat carrying out a sex act with the toy. Prosecutor Kyle Dalziel said one witness approached the car to see that Mohammed had no trousers, socks, or shoes on with his phone propped up as if he was watching something. See?
Mm-hmm.
Mohammed said, "I'm waiting on a friend." To do what? The witness replied, "Get out your car, you beastie bitch. I'm taking a picture of your registration."
You beastie bitch. I love that so much. I need it on a coffee mug.
Get out of your car, you beastie bitch. Mohammed shouted no, put his trousers back on, and got into the front seat before he drove off. Police were contacted and traced Mohammed in his car, who was profusely sweating. He refused to open his car door to officers and claimed that he wanted to go home. Mohammed continued to refuse to comply and drove towards 2 officers who had taken evasive action. Blue lights and sirens were activated while Mohammed continued to drive at excessive speeds. He also maneuvered through bends without due care to attention and entered the wrong side of the road. Mr. Dalziel added he struck a motor vehicle, which caused damage, then continued on the road. A police stop tactic eventually carried out on Mohammed in East Kilbride, where he was arrested. Greg Cunningham, defending, told the court he is in employment and lives at a stable address, with his wife and adult son, who probably wouldn't like it if he did the sex act at home either. Sentence was deferred pending background reports until next month. And I think they said here that the sheriff then granted Mohammed bail. So there you go. It's a lot, isn't it?
That was a wild afternoon. He probably wasn't planning on
No,
getting so crazy.
no, but hey, everyone's got to have their excitement, I guess. Speaking of everyone's got to have their excitement. You remember the slogan in the 80s, do you know where your kid is? Do you know where your kid
Oh gosh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There's one set of parents here who, when they found out where their kid was, probably threw up.
Oh no.
Oh, this one.
Where was their child?
We're literally ending on a bang in this one here, Jess.
Oh no.
Yeah. This particular teen was performing a particularly sick sex act with a rocking horse at a play area.
What?
And will dodge a little bit of jail time in the process. 19-year-old Callum Green was found guilty of outraging public decency by using a rocking horse and a branch during a sex act at a play area in Hartlepool, County Durham on October 19th.
My brain is trying so hard to make sense of what you just said.
We're going to try. Let's dive into this, my friend, and see if we can do it. A teenager was found guilty of outraging public decency. You got to go far to yeah.
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 A rocking horse and a branch?
Yeah. I'm thinking sawing action, but I don't know. Let's see.
Okay.
Outraging public decency by using a rocking horse and a branch during a sex act in a play area. And he's walked free from court. Callum Green, who was convicted of the offense following a trial on October 15th this year, returned to Teesside Magistrates Court for sentencing this week. The 19-year-old Green performed the act in Burn Valley Gardens in Hartlepool on the morning of October 19th of 2024. The charge stated, you, in a public place, committed an act outraging public decency by behaving in an indecent manner, namely inserting parts of a rocking horse inside yourself whilst masturbating, then pulled a branch off a tree and penetrated yourself. Oh, he went internal.
God.
Yeah.
Wow, that is a lot.
There's a lot going on there.
I mean, what about splinters?
Is Splinters a cat? I'm confused.
If he pulls a branch off a tree and shoves it in an orifice, like he's sticking it in his body, it's not like a smooth, he's gonna get bark in there. I'm just worried for his internal organs.
I'm glad you're concerned. I think he's probably built up some calluses over time.
Maybe.
Yeah, I think he's maybe a little tougher than the average bear. You know what I mean?
Yikes.
Yeah. Let's just say the starfish is taking a beating from time to time. So I think that maybe he's built up a little tolerance.
Oh, no.
He may be 19 on the inside, but he's probably 50 or 60 on the outside. You know what I mean? Life's been tough on him, Jess.
That's just so weird.
Yeah.
All right.
The teenager was also being sentenced this week for one count of criminal damage to property valued under 5,000 pounds, which he had previously admitted. The charge read, well, I don't need to read the charge. But
Well, I mean, that rocking horse will never be the same.
that rocking horse needs therapy.
It just needs to be destroyed.
He took a piece of me and put me inside him. It's
Oh.
horrible. Oh,
God, that guy's poor parents.
let me get this straight. He took a rocking horse and put it inside him. And then that wasn't enough. Then he took a branch. He put that inside him. Good Lord. We're getting rid of all the pens and pencils in the house. That's all I know.
Oh,
It's the best I can do today. That's all I got.
I think it was good.
Thank you. By the way, Green was scheduled to appear in court on November 14th for sentencing. However, a warrant was issued, and when he failed to attend, probably didn't have anything to entice him with. However, during this week's court appearance, Green was handed a 2-year community order with 30 rehabilitation activity requirement days and 120-day alcohol abstinence monitoring requirement. He was instructed to pay 650 pounds in court costs, 200 pounds in compensation, and 114-pound victim surcharge. Does he pay that to the rocking horse or to the branch? I don't know which one gets the money, but
They have to share it.
yeah, they got to split it down the middle. 72 pounds apiece.
Ugh, so strange.
Oh, I'm getting a new saddle. What does the rocking horse do with 72 pounds?
Oh,
I have no idea. All right, it's time now for our palate cleansers because, by God, we need them.
yes, please.
We need them now more than ever. And our palate cleanser for today has to do with, I'll tell you what, for today, we'll talk simply about Christmas parties. We talked in the beginning of the program about, having friends and loved ones over, the family that you have, and the family you're born into, the family that you choose. A lot of times when we have these parties, Jess, we like to provide for those that we love, right? We like to put on a nice spread.
Mm-hmm.
Turns out that and it doesn't matter. Sometimes it doesn't matter what you put on, right? It's just the fact that you have people there, right? It's the company. It's
Yeah.
Some people may take it a little far though. And I have a story here about one particular person and his partner who have maybe taken it a bit too far. Now, sometimes it's just cheese and crackers and maybe a little wine or something, maybe it's just hors d'oeuvres, right? It's something simple. Other times people like to put on a full dinner or whatever it may be, for the holidays. Not in this case. No. A man and his partner have decided that they think that people think they're selfish for asking Christmas party guests to bring food or pay him for their Christmas party. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You either bring to the buffet or you give me cash.
Yeah, that may be taking it a little bit too far. There may be a little Grinch or Scrooge involved in this deal. A man and his partner caused major controversy with their friendship group after they refused to put on a huge spread for them and instead asked them to bring food or pay up. Now, the build-up here to Christmas Day is almost as exciting as the actual day itself and often includes parties with friends or work colleagues and family. However, Christmas can be a significant financial burden, and we know prices have been rising. You may be looking to cut costs wherever possible. But what would you do if someone invited you to a party and then asked you to bring all your own food? We're talking you bring your own food. You want to eat at my place, just bring your own spread.
I'm just bringing myself one of those frozen pot pies.
Oh, that's not a bad deal.
Yeah, just stick it in your microwave. I'm good to go.
I probably stop off at the old Mickey D's and just order. Bring
me with its Happy Meal.
Yeah, bring my bag lunch.
Yeah, you got to get the Grinch meal. You get a pair of socks with that one.
That's right. See?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, that's exactly what one man did. And his friends were less than impressed that they wouldn't be getting a free ride and enjoying an all expenses paid spread. That makes it sound so cheap. The man explained he and his wife throw a Christmas party every year at their house for friends, family, and some of their coworkers. Okay, but who shows up after the first couple of years if you don't provide anything, right? In previous years, he and his partner have provided all the food for the gathering, as expected, and spent around $500 for catering the event. But that's kind of the cost of doing business, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's to be expected. However, he was urging people to bring food for one gathering as a contribution to the party, which left some, this is written weird, which left some seething and unable to believe the circumstances. Now, I can understand a potluck saying, hey, it's a potluck. We're going to have a potluck party, which is not unbelievable, right?
No, not at all. I mean, I always encourage people, if you want to bring something, bring it. You don't have to, but you can.
Yeah, exactly. That's a good way of doing it too. Hey, we're going to, or sometimes people volunteer. hey, we're going to have, Christmas dinner over here. Hey, can we bring something?
Yeah,
That's not
exactly.
right. Okay.
Pretty normal.
Yeah. In an upload on Reddit, he said, quick post, just trying to get an opinion on my wife and I. We've gotten a lot of backlash over our annual holiday party. Every year we hold a little soiree type gathering at our house. There are usually 20 to 25 people who come. Nothing crazy. Actually, 20 to 25 is a lot. It's a mix of coworkers, family, and friends. He shared that they added some stipulations to attending because they'd been spending too much funding the party each year. On the invites that we mailed out, we added that guests need to bring a dish with them to the party if they'd like to attend. That's not unusual. We listed some potential dishes that they can bring, or they can bring their own creation. If you're not bringing a dish, the alternative would be to pay $20 per guest to help offset food costs. What?
I mean, that's about the cost of going out to dinner, I suppose, as at a restaurant or a buffet, all you can eat.
That's a little steep. This better be some damn good food for $20.
Yeah. I mean, it's just not really in the spirit of hosting a party to make people give you money.
Right. The idea is in the spirit of Christmas is to share, right?
Yeah, I've had people offer to Venmo me money when I'm hosting like Thanksgiving or something, and I'm always like, oh, if you want to bring something, go ahead. That's just fine.
Just
We're
bring
happy to provide the main stuff.
Right, exactly. You got it, Jess. However, this did not go down well with 6 of the potential attendees, and I don't blame them.
No.
And they chose not to RSVP. When chased, they branded the couple selfish to expect guests to bring something, and it was not considerate. Some were quick to point out that this was more than reasonable. The people on Reddit, by the way, said that. Mm-hmm. And often how dinner parties work nowadays to ensure that labor was fairly split, but others said he would have to accept that some people would decide not to attend as a result. One person said, I wouldn't have asked for the money. That turns a fun get-together into an event with an entrance fee, which is true. Just changing the name from holiday party to holiday potluck and asking guests to bring a dish would have been enough. And I agree with that. Just ask for that. Another added, you were clear up front with the requirements to attend. So provided you aren't upset with people choosing not to attend or upset when someone brings a bucket of KFC and not what you suggested, then you're not the a-hole. It does get tacky that you phoned and asked why people weren't attending. You can ask and they can decline. Someone else penned, just don't get angry that people don't want to come. And that's true. Yeah.
That's fair. If they don't want to come, they don't come.
That's right. That's right. And you can't put a price tag on a holiday party and then go, well, come. Well, dude, you're the one who put money on it.
Yeah.
The minute you put a financial price on something of goodwill, well, then you are the a-hole. Sorry. I mean, that's you've just made it, you've made it a capitalist venture. So
you've made it something else.
That's
something other than what it originally was.
That's right. That's what you've done. All right. That'll do it for today. Supernatural news tomorrow with myself and Jess. And then we're doing a little something different on Thursday. Thursday, we're taking it old school. We are doing Victorian Christmas ghost stories. Of course, back in olden days, it wasn't a thing where you got together and watched Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer or anything like that. They didn't have TVs, Jess.
Right.
We couldn't sit around and watch a Charlie Brown Christmas. But the idea was that they did tell ghost stories. So we are going to provide, as long as you're sitting around and maybe having the eternal Yule log burning on your TV, we can provide the digital ghost stories for you. So just a little something to give you a little bit of a throwback on Christmas.
I love it.
Yeah. So we've got your Victorian ghost stories for you on Christmas Day. So that's how we're celebrating with you this year.
I loved them last year. They were so creepy.
Yeah. Yeah. Some good ones this year too. So, all right. So that'll do it for today. We'll see you tomorrow for Supernatural News. And Jess, you have, before we go, you have some Christmas gifts of your own to give people.
I do. I do have an event coming up if anyone wants to come hang out. And we do have a discount code. So if you use Friends20, you can get $20 off your ticket for the Palmer House New Year's event, which is happening January 9th. And there are just a few rooms still remaining. Not a lot. They're filling up pretty quick. So,
All right. So get your ticket. Get it now. And you get a discount. That's the gift from Jess to you. So,
yes, because I love you. You're my friends.
there you go. All right. Tomorrow, Supernatural News with Jess and myself. Again, we love you guys, and we're so glad you're joining us here for Christmas week. We'll see you tomorrow for a special edition of Supernatural News right here on the best in paranormal programming. And thank you for joining us for the best in true crime podcasting. This is True Crime Tuesday.
For more audio and video archives of True Crime Tuesday, intriguing content, fun events, and cool swag, check out darknessradioshow.com. The executive producer of Darkness Radio is Troy Palmer. If you enjoyed today's program, please be sure to like and subscribe. This videocast is copyrighted for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this videocast, including video, audio, descriptions, or accounts of the show is prohibited without the consent of Darkness Radio Management. Thank you for watching. And be sure to join us tomorrow for a special Christmas edition of Supernatural News with Jessica Freeburg.